Governor Wike, you know that women are very key in the economic development of any country or even at the state levels. I'm wondering if you have specific programs, for instance, that addresses the concern that borders on financing women to become greater entrepreneurs in your state.
Take for example, when the Rivers women came to meet me here sometimes, and I said, look, we made available the sum of 500 million now for a start, for you to see how you can identify a woman who entrepreneurial skill in terms of trying to have their own business. But again, you must have in this part of our society that you must not politicize it. You must not sectionalize it. It must be women. It doesn't matter where they come from. It doesn't matter the political party they belong to. Because you can belong to a political party A today, tomorrow you may belong to the other political party. But what is important is how women can have an opportunity to excel in what they believe in. So if I want to be a businesswoman entrepreneur, just like I was talking about, what's her name, Alakijan, why not give her support to grow? In fact, so that we have made a program. In fact, at the other day, I was Total Help, and then they were trying to lay a foundation for Women Development Center, how to empower women and how to see that they empower them in different ways. And I said, look, I agree with you, but we want to really see what are the centers, what are the various components, not just empowering women, which areas of empowerment are you talking about that women are interested. It's not a question of every day dying and sewing and this and that. I mean, we've had all that. Women have been tailors and this. I don't think that's what we're talking about today. We're talking about how women, in terms of how the society is growing, how the economy should be one of those that you can really count on. We're talking about, I like it, if she was just ordinary in terms of providing her with maybe a sewing machine alone. I don't think that is what was going to take her to that level. So for us, we believe that whether you like it or not, even as a family, take for example as a family before you go to the larger society, every woman has a very important role, not just in the kitchen. No, it's not true. It's not true. I've seen a lot of women you were in class are very talented and very intelligent. So why do you have to say, oh, because they're women, they cannot excel beyond where? My wife was my classmate in school, so I know her talents, I know her commitment she is. Today she's a judge, right? So why would I, as a person, as God has given the opportunity to preside over the affairs of the state, will not encourage women to move on to the next stage? So it is key too that when you are doing that, you must also, because one of the problems we have in our society here, some people may be in charge when you give them responsibility. Now we're talking about women empowerment. How are they going to grow? How are you going to bring them to participate?
Excellent. Let me bring this. I mean, a lot of people like peace and progress because, I mean, when you have that, things move forward. How important do you think the president's visit to Rivers State will contribute to security agencies living up to their billing?
Frankly speaking, I've not been told formally that Mr. President is coming to Rivers State. Just like some people say, oh, they say that Rivers State is one of those states that Mr. President will come. And it's not everything that comes out of the media. You say, you take hook, line, and sinker, it's true. But
there's a press statement from Mr. Femi Adesina that, yes, in fact, part of it was, quote, in view of the recent terrorist attacks, criminal activities, and communal clashes in some states, leading to tragic loss of lives and kidnapping, he went on. He says he will visit among the states is Rivers State.
But if that was the statement that the Special Assistant Special Advisor to the President Media, Femi Adesina said, then it's unfortunate. Because first of all, no, it's unfortunate. We have not had any communal crisis here. We've not had any terrorist attack here.
About criminal activities?
No, the criminal activities.
About the degenerate ones?
No. Criminal activities all over Nigeria.
But this led to loss of lives.
That's what I'm saying naturally. The armed robbers operating everywhere in the state, killing people. The kidnappers kidnapping people, even members of the foreign mission.
Are you saying the president shouldn't come and
No.
commiserate with those?
No, that's not what I'm. No. With all due respect, if you are saying that the president is coming to commiserate with people who have died because one attack or the other by criminals, I have no problem about that. But it also means that you are saying that assuming tomorrow armed robbers kill 10 people in Lagos, you have to communicate with the people. We must differentiate what we are talking about are the threat to security of the nation. And then if you are saying that, look, we had in Rivers State, people died, and which nobody till now had ever called me to say, look, this was what happened on the 1st of January 2018. We commiserate with you. Nobody had ever called me to say that as the chief security officer of the state, as the governor. This is what we had.
Or is it too late coming?
No, that is not the point I'm making. I've just told you here, based on the statement, like I have never read it, you said so, produced or released by Femi Adesina, that view of the terrorists and communal clashes.
And criminal
activities too.
Criminal activities.
Yeah.
Fine. Then if you say, single it out to these 4 states.
5 states.
Call it 5 states, call it 6 states out of 36 states. For us, there have not been any communal crashes. For us, there have no terrorist attack. What has happened in this state before now was some criminal gangs who think that they can continue to have their ways and probably try to hold the state hostage. 2016, I went to Mr. President and I said, look, these are my problems. These kidnappers and these boys, something has to be done.
Is real estate safer now with
certainly.
The death of
Of course, you can see.
Are you saying then that there are certain types of visits that would warrant, certain types of tragedies that would warrant a presidential visit and others that would not warrant a president? Is that what you're saying?
No. The point I'm making, whether you like it or not, you'll be giving the president so much assignment that it's not necessary. Take, for example, in Lagos State or in Ogun State, you hear that where this criminal gang called the Bado Group of Bado, they killed a lot of people as cultists. In Kogi State, you've had a lot of kidnappings and the rest people were being killed. And that's it. So I'm just trying to mention states. In Imo State, you were there the other day when Richards received some boys who say are going to give them amnesty, who have been making it hell-bent that Imo State is ungovernable. I'm just trying to point, for example. So what are you trying to say? But if the point I'm trying to make, but if you are saying today, just like we have serious issues that border on national security, you talk about how flooding husband and farmers, that leads to the threats of the nation. It's very important. You talk about the insurgents. It's very important. It's very, very key. No president can shut his eyes and allow that to happen. But that can boomerang, can have another effect on the state. Because in this case now, you're talking about Fulani herdsmen and farmers from a particular area fighting. You can't allow that.
So for you, some are more serious than others. But
no, it's not a question of it's not a question of some are more serious. Like I said, there are crimes that come up daily. Nigeria before, we have never had this kind of crime or where you have this kind of serious attack by a particular section of people. And so it becomes an issue that, look, we cannot fold our hands, we cannot shut our eyes and allow this to happen. If we allow this to happen, that means this country, something may happen tomorrow.